Ladies and gentlemen, TWC and the Killer Elite would like to present to you the very first installment of the Rope Talk. Your hosts tonight, Lee Jones, Simon Hyland, and myself, Gabriel Pierce. We will be recapping Monday Night Raw and talking about what the future holds in WWE. So let's dig in, guys. What do you think we should start with tonight?
Well, I reckon we should hit off with the big thing, AJ's turn. Now, I didn't see this coming.
Infamous turn of AJ Styles. Who saw that one coming?
So
right?
Crazy. I didn't see it coming. Not yet. Anyway,
I'd like to say is that whole segment was fantastic. So if we just start with John Cena's promo, John Cena reminded me how good he at mic.
Yeah.
How good he was on the mic, but that guy can deliver a promo with drama and conviction and emotion, and the promo is fantastic. AJ Styles music hits. It confuses me because I'm thinking, what the fuck? I didn't really expect anyone really, but I thought AJ Styles is not someone I expected to come down. Crowd went mental, which they should do, because if you think about John Cena's abilities and AJ Styles, it's going to be a far greater match than Roman and Styles was. And the Roman and Styles match was actually pretty good.
It got me super excited. It was like a dream match because they both came in their particular companies at the same time.
Guys, the pop was crazy. The crowd's reaction was crazy. And then the Bullet Club / not Bullet Club, the club come down to the ring. And I was cringing at this point because I'm getting a bit fed up of all this club nonsense now. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere, and this whole AJ Styles and club business. And then when he turned on him, it was absolutely savage.
It was a crazy beatdown. Like, obviously I've been watching AJ for a few years now, and he's always had that aggression in him, but it was like a man possessed. Like it was
fun.
Yeah,
it was fun. It was honestly, as a wrestling fan, you had fun watching it.
Yeah. It really suits him. It was like a little wild pit bull, and he just wouldn't stop. And I remember just thinking, if this was the Attitude Era, Cena would be split up and there'd be blood everywhere. But it was violent, and then you think, where the fuck was this violence when he needed it in the Reigns pay-per-view? But it's going to be interesting to see what happens next, because I was thinking there was going to build up to a Balor AJ match, but now AJ is a heel, and I'm not too sure how they'd go about booking that. But what do you think?
Well,
I like it. It's going to make a good series of matches. It's going to build up for this match at Money in the Bank. Then you're going to have another match at Battleground, which is going to build to an epic conclusion.
Do you think Cena and AJ is going to be at Money in the Bank?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to build to a rubber match at SummerSlam.
There'll be a 3-match series like there usually is in this situation.
That's a pretty... Money in the Bank is starting to look pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
If we've got Cena and AJ in a pre-main event match.
Yeah. I think
it will be the main event match, and I think you're going to see some surprise
Rollins Reigns will be pushed down
in that match.
I'm so glad Cena didn't come back just to bury Rusev, because when Rusev after his match, I really expected Cena to run in. So I'm really not doing a Rusev and Cena feud.
We'll get into that a little later, but yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, with the Cena AJ thing, there's only one bad thing that I can see possibly coming out of that, and that's Cena burying AJ. How do you guys feel about that?
Okay, Cena does bury pretty much everybody, but
Cena didn't bury Kevin Owens, so I mean,
Styles does need to win a feud, and I would like to think they'd have AJ win, but no, it's hard.
Cena doesn't lose feuds. Not very often.
But these indie guys coming in that already have a name for themselves, like AJ, these guys coming in, they're not coming in to win feuds. They're coming in to put over guys.
They don't need to get over, but still, AJ hasn't won a pay-per-view yet.
And Cena doesn't need to be put over. AJ needs that win, where Cena doesn't need a win. Cena's Cena. He can go and lose for the rest of the year. and still be.
Yeah, don't forget, Gabriel. There's a lot of fans of the WWE who only exclusively watch the WWE, so their first exposure to AJ Styles would have been at the Royal Rumble. So with him losing match at pay-per-views, he's not gonna be over with them. So.
Well, he did win at Fastlane, so their very first actual exposure.
Yeah, he did.
He did win at Fastlane.
He should have won at Mania as well. There was no.
Yeah, he should have won at Mania.
Yeah. Absolutely zero sense of the. I don't even know. I'd love to speak to creative, and how great would it be to be able to speak to the creative of the WWE even for 10 minutes?
Yeah,
can you imagine?
Good, so back to that.
Well, the only reason why I'm thinking that they might have had Jericho over AJ is if they're giving him the Money in the Bank.
No.
Is they're setting him up for something big.
Jericho, I don't see Jericho winning Money in the Bank.
Kevin Owens, hands down.
It's got to be Owens, hasn't it? I think.
Yeah. It does.
It does.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning of Raw now, with Memorial Day. Yeah.
I liked it. I liked the Reagan speech and how they all just kind of pitched in with the little clips.
The Memorial Day opening I thought that was really, obviously not being American, obviously you take it.
It was classy.
It was very, it was very well put together. The whole video was put together well. I like the way the superstars were each getting to say their piece with the Reagan speech. The actual video itself was was really well put together. So that was really, really nice.
And they've done stuff like that before, but one kind of gave me like my hair stood up.
Yeah,
like it was kind of like, and being American, and I don't really get into the hoopla with the troops and all that because I respect the troops and all that, but like I don't get too into it. But that was like kind of made me proud to be an American type thing. Like that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
it was a really well put together package. But the WWE have always been very good at doing it.
Oh yeah, with the tribute with the troops and all that.
They've always been very good at doing it. So now I expected Cena to start the show after the Memorial Day. I expected Cena's music to hit and just run out the gate.
But that's probably why they didn't, because I imagine that everyone expected him to come out, expected him to do what Cena does. So the fact that Shane came out probably made the segment better. Because
the kids at the front row looked super pissed that Shane was coming out.
They gave Stephanie a bigger pop, though.
They did.
There was a lot of Fruity Pebbles in the audience, guys. A lot of Fruity Pebbles that looked really pissed that it was Shane and Stephanie starting the show.
If you notice, Stephanie got a huge pop.
She did get a good pop.
She got a really
strange pop.
Do you know why she got a big pop? Because
she was wearing those sexy little booty shorts.
Yeah, but people had seen the promo she did for Charlotte.
Oh yeah.
And
but that didn't get shown until earlier.
I think maybe I don't know if did the audience might have had exposure to it before.
Yeah, I think a lot of people had seen it before. Because it was last week, wasn't it?
It was earlier in the night, so they might have saw it before we did.
Yeah, they could have seen it before we did. But
I think it may have been uploaded to the WWE website before the show started, so you could watch it on there. And that was brutal as well, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
I was really I enjoyed that little segment with Stephanie and Charlotte. So yeah, I mean,
the opening was fun.
We had Stephanie doing the whole welcome to, and then she sounds like a possessed girl. Monday Night Raw.
Trying to copy your daddy.
Yeah, okay, Steph. It just sounds weird when you do it. And then we had the
Shane with the cheap pop.
Yeah. Then they spoke a little bit about the brand split.
Brand extension. Let's get this right. It's the brand extension.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, the brand extension.
Yeah.
I
don't know how it can be a brand.
The infamous word split.
I don't know how it can be an extension when all they're doing is splitting.
And then New Day come out, and also
I loved New Day's segment.
Big surprise though. I would never expect New Day to start the show, albeit the front end of the show. New Day come out, talk about. They ask Stephanie and Shane if this whole brand extension is going to result in any tag teams being split, and if the New Day will be split. To which they reply, all cards are on the table, pretty much confirming which we already knew, that they may be splitting up some tag teams. So, who do you think they may split up in this?
Possibly Dudley Boys.
Dudley Boys, because they mentioned, if you listened later on in the night when the Dudleys were fighting Enzo and Cass, they mentioned that the last time we did the draft,
they did reference it, yeah.
They split up,
and the Dudley Boys have they're just terrible now.
If they do split, do you think WWE will let Bubba copy his Bully Ray from TNA?
I think so.
Yeah, I think they would. They'd have to do, otherwise how would he ever get any
But the thing is, where do you put Devon?
Oh, they just released Devon.
Yeah,
you can't do it. I'm sorry, but you can't do anything with Devon. You know, he can't.
He'll just be a jobber putting people over.
Yeah, just make other people look good. Yeah.
I ended up liking the little New Day antics with Shane getting
the whole dance off thing.
I kind of like Shane's dancing. It was pretty good.
I was really excited for Stephanie.
Did you guys
I was digging the outfit? And I was like, yes. Come on, Steph.
She was going to do a booty shake.
Yeah, she was.
It was going to be great.
And then the Vaudevillains.
By the way, which I love Vaudevillains. A lot of people give them hate. I love the gimmick.
I'm torn on them.
I'm very indifferent about them. I just don't really have an opinion. I don't dislike them. I don't like them. They're just sort of
wrestling is so on key. They're spot on with all their moves.
Well,
you say that.
They're clean. They're very clean.
They threw Enzo into the ropes, was it?
Well, that was Enzo's mistake. That wasn't their mistake. That was Enzo.
Well, I mean, Stone Cold said in his podcast
he threw Enzo into the ropes.
He'd thrown him too fast.
Yeah, he threw him too fast.
Yeah.
He threw him too. He let go too close to the ropes, and he let go. Go too close to the ropes at such a speed. Enzo didn't have time to react, to slide.
No. You rewatched the match. It didn't look like he threw him that fast, though.
No, if you watch,
I think it didn't, but he was too close to the ropes when he threw him, and he threw him with such speed. He didn't have this spot he was supposed to slide under.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was a little closer, but yeah.
But back to the Vaudevillains themselves. I'm kind of torn between them. I like their gimmick. I think their gimmick is very old school, in the fact that the old gentlemanly type thing, but in the ring they'll do whatever it takes to win. I think that works really, really well. And
then so they come out, and then it sets up the start of the tag team special edition of Monday Night Raw.
There you go.
The New Day versus Vaudevillains. I ain't really got much to say about this match. It was okay.
It was good.
It was an adequate. It was a
3-star match. It wasn't.
Yeah, there was no highlights. No, there was nothing.
The highlight of the match.
It was a tag team match.
The highlight of the match was Anderson and Gallows.
Yeah.
That was a highlight for me.
Club are in the title picture.
Yeah. The club
The titles are going off the New Day, and they're going on to the club.
Yeah, they are.
That's what I got out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I wasn't expecting them to interfere. It was okay. It was what it was. I mean, I suppose the club saved us from quite an average.
But that right there was
match. But then following that, we had the backstage segment where Renee asks the club what the attack was about, to which they basically just say it's to show that we can inflict damage without AJ by our side. It's like, well, we already know that. I think the question would more be, can AJ inflict damage without you two by his side? That's kind of what they were leading to last week. Oh, and then we had this. I hated this segment. We had the Apollo Crews segment.
I didn't.
Now, I am not an Apollo Crews fan, which is why I call him Cross News.
We're going to disagree. We're going to disagree now.
It doesn't Yeah, and he said something in the promo. So it shows the replay of Apollo Snooze being beat up by Sheamus.
Apollo Snooze,
which he completely no-sold last week by coming down to the ring, smiling, acting like nothing had happened. And then Big Show comes and gives him some advice. And I don't know if he picked up on this, but he probably did. Apollo Snooze says to him, "I don't know why he picked on me." Like he's a 12-year-old kid. Like,
I think they're trying to play on
why Sheamus picked on me.
His innocence. They're trying to play on his innocence. Like for me, right? Apollo Crews.
Apollo's so gifted in the ring, but he does need to work on his charisma.
He is a gifted.
What's his character? Like, explain to me his fucking gimmick, please.
He
has no gimmick. He's godly gifted in the ring. That is his gimmick.
Yeah.
It's like he's so happy to be there. He's just walking around smiling at everybody, and it's boring.
That's his gimmick. That is his gimmick.
You need to have a character.
That is his character. His character is to be the real nice guy.
You know, but not everyone gets the Roman. You know, I just don't really get his character. I mean, he's athletic in there. He reminds me a lot of Bobby Lashley.
No,
a smaller version of Bobby Lashley in the sense that
Lashley had that military background, so he kind of had that as his character. He was, the military guy, so that kind of was his gimmick.
Yeah, for me though.
Okay, one of you two can run into the next segment because I have naught to say about this whole Golden Truth thing. I will. So the
Usos versus Breezango. Breezango had the undefeated streak.
Breezango.
What do you think about it, Simon?
Breezango. What can you say? Like, what
can you say?
The two.
Breezango.
Right, let's start from the I don't know. They're the in-ring ability.
It was an okay match. The match wasn't horrible.
I get where they're going with
them getting beat, and then they go and they blame Golden Truth. Golden Truth is on the commentary,
and they got beat with a roll-up.
They got beat with a roll-up, and the whole point was for Golden Truth to get on the same page, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And they got put on the same page with that spot on the end.
Well, they're going to be the kickoff,
and they got the moxie at the end.
Yeah. That spot at the end was pretty legit,
and they got kind of a little bit of a mean streak at the end, which that was kind of cool. You saw that, and R-Truth and Goldust had that little bit of a mean streak, and that kind of got me a little excited for the Golden Truth.
I think
that reminded me of like Booker T and Goldust when they first started.
Yeah.
And so that's what you wanted to see.
I think that's what they're going for.
WWE have always wasted R-Truth, because that guy is seriously talented. They really could have done so much more with R-Truth because he is good. They just completely waste him. Like to do a lot of people, but this is the WWE. Bray Wyatt never winning a rivalry, but that's a discussion for another podcast, I think.
But R-Truth.
Oh God, the next segment is the
R-Truth. What can you?
The thing. You want to bring this up, Simon?
Yeah, the thing.
Yeah, go on, Simon. I can't talk about this. I'll fucking get ill.
The thing with R-Truth, right, is yes, he's very, very talented. He's always been over, but again, he's had his chance. They should have. They should have put the title on him a few years ago when he was heel, because his heel character was very, very good. And I think they kind of lost the beat with him. They didn't kind of know what to do with him.
Well, they do this with a lot of people. The creative just seem to, just fall out of favour with people. Don't like Cody Rhodes and
the Golden Truth.
Talent.
I think the Golden Truth. I think they are trying to recreate what Booker T and Goldust had. I think that's.
I mean, how long has this Golden Truth thing's been going on forever? Like 6 months.
Yeah, they had their back and forths with it, didn't they? And then they were like, R-Truth was like, no, I don't want anything to do with it, and Goldust was bringing in cakes
we had
and whatnot.
the amazing, ultra charismatic, extremely over Roman Reigns enter the ring. Who wants to cover his promo because it was excellent.
I think we'll just have a moment of silence to reflect on how good Rollins' silent promo was?
It was a brilliant silent promo.
Because his promo, his silent promo, was 10 times better than that godforsaken scripted. Let me just reiterate that scripted promo.
So scripted. It looks like he's reading it off of a card. This is how scripted it is. It is really bad. Like they really need to just stop scripting his promos and give Reigns freedom of his own character, because he is looking worse and worse every time he picks up a microphone.
Yeah.
And if he says, "I'm not," I can't even say it.
I'm not the good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy. They need to scratch that. They need to just let him say, "Get down here, let me beat your ass," and then let him drop the mic.
Does Vince McMahon think this is going to catch on, and kids at school are going to be going, "I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm the..." No one likes.
Yeah, but kids are the thing with that is kids probably are doing that in school.
No, I really don't.
No, I really think they will, mate. Because
I will slap my child if he ever says that.
Mate, if my son ever says to me, "Daddy, I'm not," again, my brain won't even let me say it anymore. If I try and say it, I stutter.
It is a very
traumatizing.
It is a very, very bad piece of creative. And
what they need to do with Reigns is let him be the silent badass and just have him destroy people.
Yeah.
Because he can do it in the ring. You know, he was great in the Shield. But for some reason, it's like no one is telling Vince the guy hasn't got... Look, you either have mic skills or you don't have mic skills.
It's horrible because they missed the train on Roman Reigns. It was... They had something with Reigns.
Oh, dude, it could be so over,
when Daniel Bryan was white hot... Right. When Daniel Bryan was white hot and Batista was in the Royal Rumble with the last two, when it was Batista and Roman Reigns, everybody wanted Reigns to win because nobody wanted Batista to win.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
They should have given it to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns would have been accepted. Roman Reigns would have had his title. Everybody would have accepted Reigns at that one point.
That would have made the
now, and then because they did not give it to him then, they waited the year and they forced it down everyone's throat to give him the Rumble win then. And since then, they have forced him down everybody's throat.
And the thing is, fans nobody wants that. I think people are pissed off that he's never had an IC run. Like, he's too good to have an IC run when Stone Cold and The Rock had wars over the IC title. And so did many other fucking superstars. So the idea that Reigns just jumps into the world title, I think people think, well, who are you to just jump into the world title? You picture, even Rollins had the US title.
Yeah, he only had that for one pay-per-view though.
He still had it. I mean, Roman's just been... And the thing is, it's so predictable. When it's predictable and you can see where they're going, it starts to become a lot less interesting. Like, we all knew what was going to happen with Triple H and Roman. We knew exactly where it was going to go. We all knew that AJ wasn't going to go over on Roman.
And honestly, that Triple H Roman match was a really good match.
It was a really good match.
It was being booed so bad that it was unwatchable.
Yeah,
it was a really good match. I rewatched it again the other day, and I loved the match, but I had to mute it because the crowd made it so bad.
I did exactly the same thing.
I don't think Triple H and Roman's styles work very well with it, and they made the match like half an hour long, like 30 minutes, and none of them. It's not like AJ Styles and Roman where you can create really good spots because it's AJ Styles and he can sell and make moves look great. Triple H is a lot more rigider and stiffer. Because he's older and he's just a bigger guy. So I think him and Reigns, just for me watching,
No, I have to agree with Gabe.
The best part about that match was was Stephanie. That was the best part of that match.
I have to agree with Gabe on this. I agree with Gabe on this one. That if you watch the match back and mute it, it makes the match a whole lot better. Because I did the same thing. I watched it back a couple of weeks later, and I muted it because you can't hear yourself. You can't hear Michael Coles because of the boos. You can't hear anything, so you mute it.
I've only seen it once, but
I
don't think I'm likely to go back and watch that.
No. I suggest it, Lee.
Seriously. Watch it back, but mute it.
It was
good,
very watchable.
Yeah,
it was very watchable, and it was good. He put on a good performance. It's just you couldn't watch it because
of the fan.
Because of the booze. And it gave me a headache watching it with volume during the match. Like, you couldn't, like, concentrate on it.
What do you think goes on backstage when Reigns is getting booed like this?
Vince is probably biting his fingers and, like, fucking... He's probably, like, in panic mode.
They've gone too far with
it. He wants it to get over, but it's not.
Why the mad Roman too far? Push? Like, what is it about Roman that Vince is so mental?
It's just like the Cena push.
Cena, I never liked Cena as a character, but I understood why he was in the position he was in, because, like I said before, he can cut a great promo.
It's the look, it's the name, it's the family. Roman has the lineage.
Yeah.
He has that Rock family behind him.
Yeah.
So
I know he can't cut a promo, but he has the look. He has the move. That spear looks very pretty. That Superman punch looks gorgeous when he hits it.
I'm not a Roman.
And I think Vince fell in love with that.
I will give it I hate the vest. I've got to come out. I think what really hurt Roman, and again, this isn't Roman's fault. This is creative's fault. But they made him keep the Shield gimmick post Shield, and they didn't let him create or build on his own character and become his own character afterwards. Like Rollins and Dean, they got their own music. They've got to grow on their own characters and get their own identity. Roman never got that chance because they kept him in. They even kept the Shield music, which I think is partly why he gets booed so much. Because as soon as the music hits, it reminds people of the Shield, and all they have is Roman, and that pisses them off.
Let me go back to this. What you're saying now, I totally agree with what you're saying. But if you look at it, if you look at the time in the Shield, Ambrose had his own character. He wasn't quite all there, was he?
He did. But what I'm saying is they let him.
They did, and they did with Rollins because Rollins had that. He had that leader mentality.
Whereas, they took Roman's character away from him after Shield. They made him start to talk and get on the mic stuff, which he never did.
That's exactly what I was trying to just get into there. They kind of stripped his character. They kept all the same stuff. They kept all the same look, the same music, the same entrance, everything.
I do think the vest hurts him. I know it looks cool, but I think it hurts him, especially for me. It hurt him in the AJ match because you have the story of that match was Roman is the bigger, more powerful guy, and AJ is a smaller, more technically gifted guy. So they sold it really well as an AJ trying to break him down and Roman being the bigger powerhouse. The problem, however, with this picture was, so you have the bigger, more powerful guy in an Extreme Rules fight turning up with body armor on, and it just made him not. It made him not look as badass.
It's not believable.
It's not believable. It's stupid. Any chair shot isn't going to hurt him half as much as it's going to hurt AJ. So it made him just look like a bully who's also a whip because he needs body armor to protect himself from any damage. The vest could go.
If we go back to that,
I don't know why he wears it. I know it's.
Reigns was the heel in that match.
He was the heel. Yeah,
it technically made sense for him. If you're looking at it like that, it technically made sense for him to cheat. So having the body armor and everything as a protective thing, he was built as the heel for that match.
I just think it hurts his character going forward.
The fact that
I was like in charge of creative, I'd be saying, okay, what we need to do is give you a bit of a new image. We're going to take the vest away. Maybe give you the vest. I think
the best
work for me. It worked in the Shield. It was awesome.
The best thing for Reigns,
he's trying to be a superstar and a champion.
Yeah, but the best thing for Reigns now would be for him to get injured. I know this sounds really harsh. Not a big injury, just a little one, so it's off screen for a bit. Just something so it's off screen, so they can rebuild, repackage
they could fix him so easily, you know. Like it wouldn't take long to get him over with fans and rectify this.
TLC last year, when he completely destroyed Triple H, that was the Reigns I wanted since he left the Shield.
That's the Reigns everybody wants.
I've got to say though, putting him with AJ was a smart move because he looked so much better.
He was.
The build up to the pay-per-views, he was looking better. His attitude was better. He was violent.
He was talking better.
It was brilliant. I was kind of sad to see the AJ feud sort of end because he looked. I don't hate Roman. I'd like to like
I
Roman.
hate creative. I hate
creative. I'd like to like Roman because
so
I liked
what about
Roman in the
Rollins?
Shield.
How do we like the way Rollins is going?
Okay, right. Watching it, I'm extremely pissed that it's just like cock teasing the whole audience. I'm like, okay, I'm going to attack him. No, I'm not. Okay, I'm going to attack him. No, I'm not. But it is making him look like he's playing mind games, and that's what he does. He plays mind games for people.
Love it because it's exactly what Edge used to do, and Edge was one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Edge is
my favorite. He's going to get. He's going to attack Roman, and it's all going to be on his own terms, and it's going to
be. So my two top favorite wrestlers of all time was Eddie Guerrero and Edge, and those two played some of the best mind games ever. And so what Rollins is doing now is right up the alley of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Rollins is amazing.
He's goading.
So what he's doing is kind of, for me, it's magic. So I'm digging it.
I mean, it's going to be an interesting match. Again, it's great for Roman because he's in the ring with someone else who's incredibly gifted inside the ring. So Rollins will be able to do just what AJ did and make the match. I'm not slagging Roman off by saying he can't, but when you put someone like Roman needs at the moment, because we'd all be lying if we said he was at the same standard as people like Rollins and AJ.
He can't.
It's just like Cena. You put Cena with someone like that. If you put Cena with somebody garbage like Chris Masters, it's going to be a horrible match.
Oh, yeah. Chris Masters. Can we make a rule for the podcast never to say the name Chris Masters again?
Hey, did you not like the Masters lot?
Everyone involved.
What about the Master Lock? Come on.
The Master Lock. Dog, it was full Nelson, dude. Like, what? Like,
but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you put somebody garbage with somebody garbage, it's...
The Cena is quite good in the ring.
But he's gotten better over the years.
I hate Cena.
Roman, you put Roman right now with somebody who's subpar. Yeah. He's not going to have a good match.
Roman can't be
with somebody good. He's going to have a good match.
Even as champ, though, Roman can't.
Let's go into the next match, which I actually really enjoyed. This is one of my highlights of the show: the Rusev and Zack Ryder match.
FYI, Lana looks sexy as hell.
She is absolutely. We'll talk about the wrestlers in a minute, but she is absolutely incredible, isn't she? Like she's golden.
Rusev is a lucky man.
She reminds me of Sable.
I love how they're booking Rusev at the minute. I do. I've always said he could be one of the top heels in the company if they just allowed it. I always thought he'd be a great Brock opponent if they built him up properly, because it would look believable. Rusev is such a big, strong guy. But this new accolade he's got going is savage.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's turned it into like a modified rear naked choke. It's absolutely fantastic. It looks horrible to take. I don't want to be Titus O'Neil right about now.
I love the confrontation between him and Titus. After he beat Ryder, and Titus came out and Titus shoved him.
It's going to be great for Titus as this match, but because it's going to be really good for him because he's needed a feud. They've never really given him.
Oh, he's going to get slaughtered though. He's going to get slaughtered.
I mean, mate, Rusev is so good. Like he's one of the most. I think he's very underrated. He's got great in-ring abilities. Very agile for a guy his size.
I don't think he's underrated.
Forget too. He went undefeated for a year as US
champ.
He just got beat by Cena, and then they put him with a stupid league of twats.
I don't think Rusev is underrated.
Is from your guys' nation too.
I don't think Rusev is underrated. I think he's been misused. He's a very talented wrestler, and he wouldn't have gone undefeated for a year if WWE didn't have faith in his ability. I think after he lost the title, they booked him horribly.
They booked him really badly, and they seem to be booking him quite well. I mean, do we think? Can we expect a Rusev and Titus O'Neil Money in the Bank? Do you think? Sure.
Maybe. I think I was really happy when Titus came out.
A lot of people are saying that's going to be the pre-show match. I hope not.
No, man, that's not a pre-show.
The pre-show match will be Golden Truth. Fucking what are they called? Breezango.
No, hold on. I had some inside scoop. One of my friends interviewed one of the creative people. He was talking to the creative person, and they put U.S. title matches on the pre-show because the pre-show gets the most viewers because that show is free.
What?
That show is free on cable. You can watch that show for free on cable.
Also,
and you can watch that show. Yeah, you can watch that show for free on YouTube. You don't have to pay the $9.99, so that show gets a lot of viewers for free.
It also has the reason why commentary as well.
Yeah, the reason why that show, the reason why they always had Kalisto defending that title on the pre-show, is it was a teaser for people to buy the show for $9.99.
I was just thinking, can you imagine being one of these people watching it for free, and then you decide to buy the network so you can watch the live show, and then you just sat there thinking, what happened to the great commentary? Who the hell are these guys?
You listen to Amaro and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck,
what happened? What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Like,
who is this Byron
Amaro,
Saxton?
by the way, I wish Amaro did more pay-per-views.
Well, I mean, now SmackDown.
Yeah, he's going to get the spot
on the brand split, but now there's going to be a brand split. We'll be getting a lot more.
Yeah, Booker T used to do it, didn't he? Booker T used to do the pay-per-views when he used to do SmackDown, didn't he? He used to do the pay-per-views.
Yep.
So
he really should be doing all the pay-per-views. Like when it switches to Michael Cole, like God, this match would be so much more epic if you just want on the commentary table.
Michael Cole gets his own entrance. Do you not see?
Oh, right.
Do you not see? He gets his own entrance.
Yeah, he does.
What the hell is all that about?
I've no idea.
So moving on to the Charlotte video package about her trashing her father the week before.
That was very well put together.
It was people were kind of treating it like a shoot almost.
I loved it. I thought it had a lot of truth in it. I thought a lot of kids of wrestling fathers actually believe that.
Wouldn't it? My only problem with this is, wouldn't it have made more sense if she would have defeated? If she would have beat Natty on her own.
Yeah, I think that would have made more sense.
I don't get the Dana Brooke thing. I don't get it.
I'm failing to grasp it. I really don't.
I think that was a reason to bring up Dana Brooke because there's a lot of. I think there's a lot of creative stuff going on right now that they're wanting to make Dana Brooke the new Roman Reigns of the Diva division.
Oh,
fuck that!
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I'm not a bad girl.
I know, there's a lot
I'm not a good girl.
Yeah.
Me girl.
No, I'm a bad girl.
Oh yeah, and don't forget, we also actually you missed a segment after the Rusev match. We had the Shining Stars to give everyone a message about Puerto Rico. If you remember, that they are terrible.
No, let me say Epico and Primo.
It's hard to believe they got released or they stayed and
Miz
or Sandow got released.
And Cody
shocks the hell out of me.
Yeah,
a miracle. They must be dumbfounded.
Have you guys heard the rumors about Carlito?
No, I haven't.
Carlito is meant to be. Apparently, he's meant to be in talks with NXT, and I want him to come back because I love Carlito. But
I love Carlito too. I loved him when he had the apple.
Yeah.
And he went on the US title on the first night, and then went to Raw and won the Intercontinental title on the first night. I love that shit.
I did, yeah. But I think he needs, if the rumors are true and he is back in talks with WWE, he needs to come and shut those two the hell up, because they can do this Puerto Rico thing all they like, but Carlito, he's on another level to those two.
So, and then we had our other tag team match of the night, but this wasn't too bad.
The other one of many. The other one of many.
Enzo and Cass. I was surprised to see Enzo back in the ring so soon.
Freaking love Enzo and Cass.
Yeah, that guy's promos are on another level.
Yeah, their promos are amazing.
He is so talented on the mic.
Gold.
He is so talented on that mic. It is ridiculous. I haven't heard someone that good on the mic since The Rock back in the day.
I think honestly, this is gonna get a lot of heat. He's better than The Rock, dude. A lot of the stuff The Rock says nowadays, I'm like, dude, shut up.
Yeah, that's why I said.
I can't stand
that's why I said back in the day.
Yeah.
Now, what The Rock says is just Hollywood. It's just dumb.
The Rock back in the Attitude Era was absolutely gold.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Gimmick, though, the smaller, loud-mouthed Enzo and the bigger, stronger Cass. I think it's a great.
Yeah.
It's a great. They were great in NXT.
I've loved them for the last 18 months.
Then they brought Green Bay into it, and they started naming off all the cheeses. Man, I was like, dude, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was good, and then they pretty much just buried the Dudleys, didn't they?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Dudleys are toast.
They are so done. I mean, look, it was stupid because Cass was beating them both on his own.
Yep, on his own.
I was like, well, obviously you can't win this because you couldn't even beat Cass on, when it was just Cass. And now, I mean, Enzo just supposed to bring a great deal to fight them fair. But, you're not going to beat them, Enzo and Cass if you can't even beat Cass. Cass is a very big dude.
7 foot tall, and you can't teach that.
You can't teach that. That's all my son says now. He's walking around the house saying this all the time. So it was quite a short match.
Yeah, but they're not.
Devon completely no-sold the Empire Elbow by just standing up a few seconds later, and then that was it. The match was only about 5 or 6 minutes, I think. The match it was very short.
It's all about less than that, but the promo was the match.
Yeah, it was all about the promo. It was all about the promo.
It's all about the promo. That's what hyped the crowd up. So
yeah,
I don't like their finisher, the Enzo and Cass finisher, because Cass doesn't really do anything.
He doesn't touch him. He kind of
pretends like he's giving him more hype, but he isn't.
But no, he hits that big boot though.
Yeah, he does.
That big boot is gnarly looking. So
it looks like he botches that every time he does it. It looks like he's genuinely hitting them in the face with his boot and half knocking them the hell out.
Yeah. I think that was what makes it so deadly, and that's what makes it splash.
Do you remember the Jericho? Yeah. When he did it to Jericho on backstage when he was talking to Renee Young, he just like a giant footprint on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so now we move to the backstage segment with Cesaro, Dean.
I loved this.
The Canadian.
This was fantastic.
This was gold.
Because he's Canadian.
He's like, because he's Canadian, you can't trust these Canadian guys. And the whole time Sami Zayn's like, Dean, these Canadians, Cesaro, don't watch them. You can't trust these Canadians. People, people on the TWC and the wrestling community, there's a lot of hate for Dean. I think Dean is brilliant. I do. I think his promos are great. I think he's so funny, naturally.
He needs different moves.
He's got to drop that bloody springboard off the ropes.
I love his promos. I love the way he talks. I don't like his moveset.
He's very limited in the ring, and you can see that. He's not... and that's just...
I don't mind the diving outside the ring. That's cool. The finisher I like. I don't like that freaking elbow off the top.
No, I'm done with that. I don't like that.
I'm done with it. It's done.
I don't like that springboard off the ropes with the clothesline.
It looks so amateurish when he does it. It kind of like it doesn't really get. It doesn't get much airtime on there. Shawn Michaels used to do it back in the day, and really got airtime on there. And Dean just sort of. It's like his legs don't come up properly, and his legs are hanging down too low.
But, I mean, other than a couple of the moves in the ring, like, he sells great. When he does hit moves, they're clean looking. It's just the move set itself. Yeah. I think he can upgrade.
Yeah, but,
his promos, I love his promos, his facial expressions, when he gets his ass kicked.
He's a good character, and he will, and it is hardcore as a comedy.
Got a question for you two.
I love when he said that the Swiss must know everything. Yeah, I was like, that was funny.
I've got a question for you two.
It was a good backstage segment.
Got a question.
All of the go on.
I got a question. Right? If they bring back any titles, right? Do you think the hardcore title would suit Dean?
No, I think I think it would, and I think they could bring it back. I know people think it's PG and you can't, but we do have gimmick shows like Extreme Rules, and we do have asylum matches, and we do have cage matches and hardcore matches still. So I think they could put a case forward for the hardcore.
They'll bring it back. I don't mind them bringing it back, but I don't think he should be the one to hold it.
Well, who else?
It doesn't matter who will hold it. He's on to that next level where he should be in the world title picture.
No, I don't think.
He's on the next level where he's either winning Money in the Bank or the Royal Rumble.
I don't.
He's that next guy.
He's going to win the Rumble. He's winning the Rumble.
I don't see it with Dean. No,
he's winning.
When you've got people like Bray Wyatt in the company who really should be.
WWE is not pushing it. No. And it's unfortunate. I love Bray Wyatt. I've been on that Bray Wyatt train since he came in. To me, he's the greatest character WWE has right now.
Is one of the best.
I am a Bray Wyatt believer.
He's one of the best promo guys in the industry. And he's fantastic in the ring. He's got one of the best gimmicks in the company. But I just don't, like company. You just said about Dean's moves, can you imagine Dean holding a world title? I just don't.
But he might just be a placeholder. He might just be a placeholder.
Like Sheamus was last year. Dean can fill like Sheamus did. He can fill that gap as a champion for maybe two or three pay-per-views.
Well, I mean, there may be 2 world titles soon, so I suppose he could have one of them.
And from everything that has been going on, he took second in the Royal Rumble to only Triple H. That was one of those hints. That was one of those hints that he might win it this next year.
He's gonna win it
because Roman did that to Batista, and then he won it the next year. So that was one of those hints that Dean might be that next guy.
Dean will win the Rumble this year.
That's where I'm leaning. So I'm like, I don't think the hardcore title will suit him. I think bring it back and put it on somebody like a Sami Zayn or put it on somebody.
I would certainly bring back the European belt.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
I've never, it's like, see, where do you guys stand? Again, this is really for another podcast, really, so we shouldn't really divulge into the brand split discussions. In fact, we won't. We'll wait. We'll do this conversation in another podcast. Because there's a lot to cover if we're talking about titles and stuff, because the conversation could be quite long.
We need to go back to the segment on the 3-way segments between Owens.
I enjoyed both. I really enjoyed the Jericho, Del Rio and Owens segment backstage as well. I know that happened later in the show. After the segment we just spoke about, it was the infamous Cena return, wasn't it?
Yes, which I just want to throw this out there. Kind of reminded me of your little double turn against the Hate Mob. And you coming to the Killer of the Elite.
Yeah, it really was. It was literally like I was AJ.
Hold fast for a video, guys, because we are going to create a golden video. we are going to create a golden video just for you, Kanisha.
They keep trying to lower me back as well. Anytime I put a post up about anything, hating on anything, they're going, "Oh, you're sounding very hate mobbish. Maybe you should just return."
We gotta create a video now. I need to get my Photoshop. Enrique, he's one of the Killer Elite members. We gotta get him to Photoshop your face on AJ and then Kanisha's face on Cena's body.
Yeah, but that's terrible because then that's literally me just battering Kanisha savagely.
or the Killer Elite photo on AJ and then the Hate Mob photo on Cena.
Yeah, so that might be taken quite badly. It's like, look at this is terrible.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
Yeah, but no, so this segment was
the best.
So the chanting.
Yeah.
The hair on my arm was just.
It had that big
risen
fight
all
feel.
over my body, dude. Like that was intense.
Yeah.
And I was surprised. So I mean, I know Cena gets a lot of hate. You hear it in the crowd. They chant, "John Cena sucks," when he comes out to the song. You hear the "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks," etc. There was no Cena sucks.
He got big pop.
Did not hear it at all.
He got the pop of the night for me.
He was popping.
You know what it was?
The crowd was there. There was no booze.
AJ and Cena is a guarantee. But look when Cena faced Cesaro, when Cena faced Rollins, when Cena faced Shawn Michaels, when Cena faced The Rock. Cena can, he can have fantastic matches, and AJ is simply incapable of having bad matches. So the fans are thinking, God, this will be hot. That's why they're behind it. They're not Money in the Bank around the corner, and they're thinking, God, this will be on that show.
They're not only behind it because of that, right? They're behind it because a lot of hardcore fans have followed AJ's career, and they're all through both of their careers because they came into the business, the wrestling business as a whole, not the same company, obviously, but the wrestling business as a whole around the same time. And people have followed their careers. AJ Styles in various different promotions, being the top guy in whatever promotion he's ever been in. And then Cena completely dominating WWE, and you've always had that rivalry from across the borders, across the promotions. What would it be like if AJ Styles and John Cena were in the same ring together? And they got that. That's why that crowd was going crazy, because they got a brief glimpse of what that's going to be like.
And then the more the chants got, the louder the Let's Go Cena chants got, and the lower the AJ Styles chants got. And that got me more excited.
Yeah, because it's going to
bring... I was like, holy crap. Cena's getting a bigger pop than AJ Styles. That blew my freaking mind.
That's because of the companies, though. Because you got to think, a lot of people in that crowd, until Royal Rumble, wouldn't have really known about AJ Styles. And the fact that Cena's been that guy in WWE for 12 years. So he's been the kids' favourites. The kids were kids when he started, and now teenagers. So they're obviously still cheering him, some of them. So obviously he's carried WWE, so he's the WWE guy, and AJ Styles is the foreign invader. That's how they see it. Did you see where I'm going with that? Like,
but still, a lot of them are.
Yeah, a lot of them would be AJ fans. I'm a big.
Know who AJ is?
I'm a big AJ. I'm a big AJ fan.
So I'm like, I don't know, man. See,
it has got that big fight feel. Big fight feel.
Well, look, I did a little count, and following the turn, AJ Styles punched Cena in the head from the mounted position at least 74 times.
Holy crap.
Shit.
So, it was pretty savage.
I loved it.
And they were quite big shots as well. Like,
we need to before we talk about the shots.
They were nice shots.
Before we talk about that, we need to talk about Cena's promo. Before we talk about
Cena has always been able, and I spoke about this earlier. Cena has always been able to cut great promos.
That was a good promo.
When he spoke about the new era and having to go through him, like, Cena can talk and have real emotion in his voice and passion in his voice and anger, whatever emotion.
That anger he had when he said that you got to go through me, I was like, oh yeah. Come on, baby! It's business now.
I made a post about this earlier, and I don't want to keep bringing Roman into it, but it's like a post I made online earlier saying it really highlighted the difference in quality between him and Roman on a mic, because he can get even people who don't like him. He can get you into the segment just by his mic skills, because he is very good. There's not really more you can say. It was a great promo.
Yeah.
I'd missed how good he was on the mic.
And then AJ hits.
I'd forgotten how good he was.
The phenomenal music hits, and AJ comes out. Now, he comes down. He does his face bit. He gives the Cena respect. Rah rah rah. I've been in this company doing this. You've been over here. Basically, what I was saying earlier. Big respect for you. Which you expect. That's all what we expected AJ to come out. And then you think there's going to be that face feud between the two of them. We'll have a fight at Money in the Bank. We'll see who comes out on top. We'll see who's been the best.
It will be a respectful, the better man wins situation.
Who is the best. And then Anderson and Gallows come out, and they're all saying, AJ, what's this? Basically, you're being a pussy. This isn't the AJ we know. And then you think he takes off his shirt, and then you think that there's going to be another tag match between.
Well, no. What I was thinking was Gallows and Anderson have no fucking chance here.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
This is the biggest mismatch in this, of tag matches. But yeah, what followed, I was just, it was great.
Jaw dropping.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting it, and it's very rare these days when you're watching WWE. That you ever get that unexpected event.
I'm marked out. Let me just say that.
WWE has recycled so many storylines that you're able to predict now.
Yeah.
And for something to happen and it makes your jaw drop, it doesn't happen anymore.
No, but I'm marked the fuck out.
I loved it.
So the question is, what are they trying to tell the audience? Are we assuming that they never split in the first place, or that they did and
it was
they reconciled?
A coup. No, it was
the
a
whole
coup.
thing was a coup.
It was a coup.
But to what
that's what was awesome about
it. Now, like
because they never fought each other. They just the club just left the ring when AJ said it's time to part ways, and it was the week before Cena came.
Yeah,
so it was a coup.
Even if it was a coup, just to create this shocking moment, it was worth it because I genuinely didn't see this shit coming.
But exactly. if you look,
it was great. Look, I don't like Cena, and AJ just savagely lands 70+ punches on his head. Like, to me, I was like, it made Raw.
But
it made it
if,
much better.
If you look back through the different segments,
it would have been terrible.
But if you look back through the segments, right, and you listen to the first backstage interview after Gallows and Anderson beat the New Day up, and then you listen to the segment, they said, "Oh, AJ's doing his thing, we're doing ours." Yeah. Then the first thing that they say when they come out after they call AJ a pussy is, "You said we'll go your way and we'll go ours." If you look back at it and think about it again, they were hinting at it all along. Subliminally, if you think about it.
Yep.
If you look back and you digest what they were actually saying, every time they've done a promo since they walked away, they've said AJ's going to do his thing, we're going to do ours.
Yeah.
So subliminally, if you wanted to tear it in pieces, they were hinting at it all along. But they did it so cleverly that until you read it back and you've actually seen it, that you can actually pick that apart and see it like that.
So when's Creative going to give them another name other than the club?
As soon as Balor comes up.
Yeah, as soon as Balor comes up.
We'll wait forever for Balor.
No, well, you've got to take
Balor's
over
still
next
technically
week.
in that rivalry with Samoa Joe.
Yeah,
I can't. The club sounds incredibly lame.
It does. But it will be the Balor club. It will be the Balor.
Did you guys see the Instagram picture of the club?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, it was Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, and Razor.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the segment. It really did make the show for me.
Yeah, definitely.
And so leading on from this, we had
the boring Diva match.
Oh, it was a really bad match as well. Like
Natty and Dana Brooks.
It was bad, and then they just so hang on. So Natty was good enough to beat the champion. Obviously she didn't beat her officially, but she had a tap in. She had a beat before interference from Ric Flair or Dana Brooke and so on and so forth. Yeah. So she was legit enough to beat or be better than Charlotte. But then she is completely squashed, like pretty much in this match. Like,
that Roman Reigns.
That goes back to what you were saying earlier, Gabe, about WWE potentially wanting Dana Brooke to be the female Reigns.
Yep, that's what I'm telling you. And what happened to the Divas Revolution? Why are they getting 3-minute segments again? 3-minute matches. Why is it falling to this again?
Because there's a lot
for 6-minute Roman Reigns promos where nobody talks. Why are the women matches 3 minutes?
There's a lot of decent female wrestlers. I don't know why we have to watch.
I think it will get better. I think it will get better when Bayley comes up.
I agree. It'll get back to being better when Bayley comes up.
And when Sasha's back from being injured.
You still have Becky Lynch that's fresh, good to go. You still and Natty and Dana Brooke could have put on a much better match.
Yeah, NXT is nailing it with the women's wrestling.
Yeah, if you would have cut Roman Reigns and Rollins in half, you could have doubled their match.
Yeah,
Natty and Dana Brooke.
It would have been a lot better. Natty's capable of putting a 20-minute match on quite easily.
Have you seen that Nia Jax? She is a bloody unit, isn't she?
Yeah. She reminds me of
Jesus.
What's her name? Awesome Kong.
Yeah, Awesome Kong.
Yeah. But Nia Jax is The Rock's cousin.
She's very.
She's Reigns' cousin.
So she wouldn't look out of place wrestling the men. Rusev for the US title. Make it happen.
So that shoddy match leads us into the Ziggler segment.
That was funny.
Okay, now
that was funny.
Let me just start by saying that when this first happened, I was cringing, going, "Jesus, this feud is going, and it is still going nowhere. This feud's going nowhere. Why are we still having to watch this? I can't be bothered with another match of this." So, do you guys want to break down this epic match?
I have my own opinions on this.
Yeah, me too.
So the Ziggler segment was, he talks about, I challenged him to the technician match.
Mm-hmm.
Then the match starts, just blatantly low blows him.
Oh no! Before that, though, he puts on his headgear and his mouth guard.
Freaking loved it.
He puts on fucking wrestling headgear.
Yeah.
And starts doing all this like wrestling sort of crouching, ducking for position,
and then just kicks him straight in the bollocks.
And Baron Corbin just stood there watching him and just saying, "What on earth are you doing?" And then he just kicks him in the nuts and walks away. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's the heel Ziggler, and that's what I love.
Yeah.
Is that just don't give a shit and just kick you in the balls. I freaking love that, dude.
Did you see the replay? It was one hell of a kick to the nuts, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was a good kick.
That's the Ziggler. I think that's the Ziggler everybody loves. Nobody loves this Ziggler
I said
that's
this
going
to you.
On. Everybody loves that Ziggler. The one that cashed in Money in the Bank.
I said this to you earlier, Gabe, didn't I? That the heel Ziggler, perfect. Yep. Perfect character. When he was rolling with Vicky Guerrero, when he was rolling with AJ, it was brilliant. That heel Ziggler is perfect for him because he's arrogant, he's cocky, he's brash, he doesn't give a shit.
I almost like to think that they never told Baron Corbin before the match that was going to happen. Because it looks so unexpected.
It looked funny. Real.
Yeah.
It does nothing to half protect his balls from what's about to happen. And he's just stood there, and I think the brother said, right, you're going to go out and Ziggler's going to win, or you're going to win. Have a good 10-15 minute match. Okay, boss, no problem. Okay, what's he going to do? Kicks him in the nuts and walks off. It looked quite real.
Maybe it was.
But just go kick him in the nuts.
Maybe that was like a rookie initiation.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Baron Corbin?
I love Baron
Corbin. That dude's future world title contender. The only thing that can make that guy better, dude puts on great matches, is if that dude rode out on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yes.
That guy's entrance is phenomenal. Get that guy a fucking bike.
Yeah.
That guy would have the best entrance if you gave that guy
the only issue I've got with that is the Undertaker's American Badass gimmick.
The Taker's never going back to that. Get it out of your head.
Never. No, he's not. No, he's not. But
give that gimmick to somebody else.
So the comparisons will start rolling in.
I don't care. Give it to somebody else. Taker had that gimmick for 2 or 3 years, dude. It's over.
I get that, and I love Baron Corbin, and I totally agree. And I'm just thinking about the other
when you
fans.
think Taker, though, you think Phenom. You don't think American Badass.
No, this is true.
The Apocalypse did it before the Taker did it. So
yeah, this is true.
I think
it'd be perfect for Baron Corbin because
it would be great.
It will play on that lone wolf thing as well. Like he's a lone wolf.
Well, and listen to his music. Yeah. You have a Mike Revin, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's the only thing I think he needs.
On breaking,
his entrance is perfect. His wrestling's perfect. He has that attitude.
I love it. This is going really off topic a bit here, but did you guys see the hate tweets AJ Styles been getting?
Oh yeah.
Did you see them on the? Jeez. Yeah. I'll read some of these for anyone.
And they're using the N-word at him and everything. And
for anyone who's listening to the podcast, these are just a few of them. Why did you hit him? Why? You were such good face. Why did you do this? And why did you think it was okay to turn heel? Honestly, I don't even feel like I know you anymore. I'm really concerned. AJ, you suck. John Cena just got back. You traitor. That's why people hate you. Go suck your boyfriend's balls, asswipe. You come near Cena again, I will kick your fat ass and kick you in the balls. I will kick your ass so bad. Loser.
Go down to NXT.
Go to NXT, ass licker.
Well, I love that. I love the go down to NXT, ass licker.
What the fuck? That's quality.
No, I love the hate that he's been getting. Cena's the hero, dude. He's Captain America.
Yeah.
Like that's who he is.
Well,
so.
AJ Styles was my hero on that day.
Yeah, but
and then okay, so we're moving on.
Yeah.
The Miz segment.
Go on then, Gabe.
Simon knows.
Go on, Gabe.
I am the biggest freaking Miz fit out there, dude. I love the Miz. I loved what he did. I freaking love every promo this dude cuts. This was phenomenal.
I think The Miz would make a great heel manager. One day, really see him as a heel manager at some point.
I loved what he did.
The dude is underrated
because he's doing this thing for this movie, and he knows that he has to keep his face on TV because he's Intercontinental Champ. I love what he cut for the video. It was perfect. It was to keep him in the limelight because he is champ. It was gold.
This was the Facebook video, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was very clever. It was good. I liked it too.
I like the Miz.
It was small. It was straight to the point.
And do you know what? I think that a lot of people don't like the Miz, but the Miz is very underrated as well.
Yes,
because he can wrestle, and he can wrestle very well. And he was in the ring with AJ Styles. Let me with him just fine. He's good as the Miz.
Let me just throw this out there, right? The Miz is a Grand Slam champion, right? He's won every title in WWE.
Yep.
John Cena isn't. Randy Orton isn't. Yeah?
Yep.
That's how much faith WWE has in The Miz.
Yep.
No, he's good, man. And you know what? He's really good. He's really good at getting under people's skin.
Yeah, that's what he's a great heel.
To hate.
He cannot be a face. He's one of these characters where you cannot invest in him as a face. As a born out baby face, no chance.
No,
as a heel, he
has that face you just want to punch, doesn't he?
He's got that arrogance that you just want to beat out of him.
Yeah, he does.
And I mean that in a nice way. Like you genuinely just want. He's a heel that you love to hate, and you just want to punch.
But that's what makes it so perfect, and I think he's embraced that. And he's embraced that to the fullest, and that's why I believe. And I've talked to you, Simon, about this when we talked a
couple of days ago.
I think a couple of days ago we talked for like an hour. His run in 2010 as champ,
brilliant.
When he was champ, was one of the highest ratings.
Yep.
As champion, it beat out CM Punk's ratings.
Yep.
When he was champion, every Raw rating beat out every CM Punk Raw rating. Yeah, right there, that showed you that his run as champion was better than CM Punk's heel run as champion.
Well, I think originally they intended for him to hold the IC title as a transitional thing, but I think they're starting to realise how relevant it can make the belt and how entertaining. Put a belt on Miz, and he's always really entertaining.
And he's a worker. He's a workhorse, and he will give you everything he has.
He does
a lot backstage. It does a lot for the company.
The no days off. The no days off. Nickname that Darren Young's got, that should be Miz's nickname, because the guy, I swear to God, he doesn't have a home life. He doesn't. If he's not filming, he's doing WWE. If he's not at WWE, he's doing stuff for Make-A-Wish. He's doing signings.
He's like the heel version of John Cena.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what he does everything Cena does in a heel version.
Yeah. Completely, and he's
all right.
So
we want to move on to the last segment part, which was
the Owens, Jericho, and Del Rio.
Yeah, that was just as hilarious as Dean's.
Yeah,
all 6 of these guys have really good chemistry with each other, as it was also showcased in the match.
Yeah,
but the promos were really funny. The Owens and Jericho. Sort of backwards and forwards. Whereas I thought we were cool. No, we're not cool. Well, what do you mean? I thought we were good.
The future of WWE is in this match.
Good.
People don't give Del Rio enough credit. Del Rio got kind of put to the back of the line because he was with the League of Booty.
Yeah.
Again, another guy who's who can do it all. He can
backbreaker on Sami Zayn.
He kind of got forgotten, but Del Rio has a lot of talent. And
that backbreaker on Sami Zayn.
Back.
That backbreaker on Sami Zayn was
on Cesaro.
Yeah, on Cesaro was quality.
After he was done doing the swing.
Yeah, that was quality.
Cesaro started this match like no one's business.
I love Cesaro.
I love everybody, wasn't it?
I love Cesaro. I think he's awesome.
Yeah, but I have a bad feeling about Cesaro that it might just be a gimmick thing with his character now with the uppercuts. It's a gut feeling now. And I hate to see that. But I think it's a gut feeling.
I'm a huge Cesaro fan. I just don't know what they're going to do with him. I don't think they're really ever going to give him
the future of WWE is in the Money in the Bank.
It's just uppercuts now, dude. It's the crowd gets hyped for uppercuts, and that's what they get from him.
See, this is the thing. I was a much bigger fan of him before this. Like, he does just literally, it's uppercuts, and like you said, for the fans, but he's capable of so much more than this. And,
no, I know he is. I've seen that match that he had with Cena.
Oh yeah, Cena, Cesaro, Sami Zayn was incredible as well. Like, you know, he is an absolute beast.
Sami Zayn is one of the best wrestlers in WWE today.
There's a lot of people that disagree with you. I agree with you, but there's a lot of people that think that
what matches do they watch?
Nah, man, he's a smaller guy, and he doesn't oversell. He sells adequately for a guy his size, taking move from a big guy.
I think he's awesome.
What I would say is I think the Helluva Kick is a lame finish.
It's not a finish, it's a signature.
Yeah, but it finishes people with it.
Not really.
Like the Blue Thunder Bomb better than
the Blue Thunder Bomb.
That should be the move he's finishing people. But
he does
finish people with a Helluva Kick. When he hits it, he goes for the pin and it tends to finish with it. It is a finish move.
I don't know. He didn't.
I think everyone can agree here that Kevin Owens is the cream of the crop out of.
Yeah.
The standard is getting very high. Mid-card talent now. We're all this is right. I alluded to this with a post before where I was talking about what they can do with the IC and US title, because the mid-carders are all main event quality stars. So my kind of, again, this is for the Brand Split podcast, so I'll keep this sweet. But what I was kind of saying is, instead of having 2 world titles, what they should really do is keep the 1 world title and elevate the mid-card titles. So the main title on Raw, for example, would be the IC title. The main title on SmackDown would be the USA title.
And then you bring up the European hardcore.
Yeah, then you bring in the European hardcore for the lower, because the standard's so high now that these mid-card guys are actually all main event stars. So put them all in the main event scene. And then you've got one. I don't like the idea of diluting the world title, because when you have 2 of them, one of them is always secondary, and it's always the world heavyweight title. It's never as important as the WWE. So why have 2 each? The guy holding the world heavyweight.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that.
I 100% agree. And right now you're always going to have Seth Rollins and John Cena and Roman Reigns. Those are the 3 guys.
And Orton.
Right now, those are the 3 guys that are gunning for that title, and they're going to be gunning for that title for the next year.
And Randy Orton.
All these guys in the 6-man they're all very legit. I mean, Kevin Owens.
You take Del Rio.
My son has really got me into Kevin Owens. I was never a Kevin Owens fan.
Oh, mate, I love him.
But my son loves Kevin Owens. So, just organically through him being happy when he wins, I've started to kind of like him.
Yeah.
But once it was the whole headlock master thing which got me liking him, because I really love that shit. That I'm the headlock master, because my son will grab me in a headlock and scream it. But he's actually very good.
For me, it was his match with Sami Zayn in NXT for the NXT title, and Zayn came back from injury. That, for me, made me a massive Owens fan. If you haven't seen it yet, Lee, go back and watch it.
I haven't seen it.
What got me was Owens' promos, dude.
Yeah.
Owens' promos. His matches, he puts on 5-star matches when he fights the match, but and anyone can put on a 5-star match when you do it right, but his promos, when you talk, you have to be able to talk, and every time he opens his mouth, it is gold.
Yeah.
Well, he said golden goose. Stone Cold gave him advice, early on in his career, and the advice was never stop talking. And that's what Kevin Owens does. He's just always in the line, always talking.
The thing with Owens, it's so natural that he doesn't have to try. What comes out of his mouth, it's like him as a person. It is so natural. There's none of this scripted bullshit that you get with Roman Reigns. It is quality stuff.
I see the video where he said that he was going to show how stupid the crowd was.
Yeah,
get them all to chant USA. So for the listeners, he said to the camera on the way down to the ring, he's going to show how stupid the audience is and get them to shout USA when there's 2 Canadian wrestlers. Yeah, versus them. And after the match, they all started shouting USA. So there must have been confused.
See how stupid these people are. I freaking love that.
Okay,
and then his. When oh my god, his Twitter war he has with everyone is just fantastic. It's hilarious.
I only have Twitter to read his tweets.
Yep, pretty much. And then like he said his 8-year-old kid off to school, and he's like, "You haven't lived until you dropped your kid off to school, and you have a 28-year-old sing a John Cena theme song to you."
Yeah, that was good. That was awesome.
So the 6-man tag match, what are your general thoughts on that?
It was a solid match with the tag team theme we have going on with Raw. It was a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was nothing like super special.
Yeah,
a lot of spots.
It was just
as a rule, I don't like it when they have a match set up like for Money in the Bank and they have all the participants fight each other in tag matches. I think I'd rather see them all together just fighting each other for the first time in Money in the Bank.
I would have rather had a 2-on-2 match with 2 of the guys on commentary.
Oh god, yeah.
I would have rather had Owens and Zayn on commentary.
Yeah. So just arguing backwards
me.
And forwards the whole match. Just yeah, I mean it was an okay match. It showed good chemistry. Jericho can still, he's still very relevant. It's good. It was good. I mean, nothing was great. None of the matches were great tonight, but it was all just okay. Like, it wasn't boring. It was okay. I can't remember how it finished.
Can we just say how godlike Jericho is that after going through what he went through in that silent match, that he is still performing 2 to 3 times a week?
Yeah, but he's Jericho is he's clearly very fond of the industry, isn't he? Because he's always around.
Like even Randy Orton, after he went onto those thumbtacks when he fought Foley, he took 2 weeks off.
Okay, so it was Ambrose who got the he got the pin, didn't he?
Yeah.
Ambrose got the pin.
Is that a sign?
I mean, he has really brought back the double arm DDT. It does look good when he executes it.
It looks better than when Foley did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to land with a lot more impact. I did like the Cesaro spot, what he's doing now, where he kind of picks them up for a suplex and lowers them halfway and then picks them up again.
That's going to hurt his shoulder. That's really going to hurt his shoulder.
He's freakishly strong.
Can I just say, I am so sick of this shoulder thing that he's got. He returned from injury and he's always selling this shoulder injury. Well, why did you return from injury? It's every match. How long is it going to take to heal the shoulder? It's what it is. But it just, I suppose they're doing it for drama. But yeah, is it just going to be the whole money?
It probably is.
Who's winning this Money in the Bank? I really can't call it.
Owens.
I'd say Owens.
I say Owens, but it'll probably be Jericho.
I think that's going to be the consensus. The only other thing that I can throw a wrench into the wild card is going to be Jericho because he invented it and he hasn't won one yet.
I don't know. I don't
really think
see
they're going to give Jericho a
He's a 6-time world. And if you're going to put the strap on somebody at a random point, if somebody gets injured, it would be a Jericho.
Okay, well,
he's a utility guy.
We need to address this Goldberg rumor then. If we're talking about,
it's the video game thing.
It's the video game.
He might wrestle 1, maybe 2 matches like Sting did.
I really would hate for him to be in the Money in the Bank.
He won't be in the Money in the Bank.
No. I think that last spot might go to Bray Wyatt. And I know that we got all hyped up with the Sister Abigail thing from Monday Night Raw, which I know we're all massively disappointed.
Gutted.
I think that's probably why I didn't enjoy Raw as much, because I was kind of...
I had so much expectations for Raw this week. And I
know, it was supposed to be hyped up as like the best Raw of the year.
Yeah.
Also, can I just say really quick, I don't know if you guys picked spot during the 6-man tag, which I hated, and it was probably the cameraman's fault. So there's a moment where Zayn is on the top rope and Del Rio is on the top rope with him, and he's going to do a big spot from the top. But the camera zooms in and you literally see Del Rio talking to Zayn right in his ear for about 4 seconds, telling him stage by stage what he's going to do next. And it's like, come on, guys,
breaking kayfabe.
Just really, and you even see Sami Zayn reply to him, like, "Okay, I'm going to elbow you now," and then he elbows. It's just ridiculous.
That's the cameraman's fault, though.
Yeah, all the cameraman's fault. Yeah, they shouldn't be that close.
They need to be a little bit more discreet, but again, that's the cameraman's fault. And you're only going to really see that when you're watching it on telly. You're not going to see it if you're in row Z in the crowd, kind of thing. But yeah, again, cameraman's fault. But yeah, I think we'll go back into being disappointed. I do think everyone was massively disappointed with this hashtag
Well,
hatch.
I don't know why they had to have so many tag team matches on the show. There's so much talent and the roster's if the roster's so big, you're confident you can split it.
Yeah.
Then how come we're just having tag matches on Raw?
Well, I think there would have been more single matches if we have that brand extension, because this Money in the Bank stuff would have been a bunch of single matches.
I was thinking. Again, don't want to talk about it too much because we'll do another show on it. But regarding the tag teams, do you think they'll put the tag teams on one show and like the Divas on another, or split them?
No, they'll split them.
No, they're going to split them.
They're going to split them.
There's not enough to split them, though, is there?
What, the Divas? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just bring up half the NXT roster.
There's a total of about 20 Divas, and there's a total of probably,
I would say 30
tag teams.
No, there's more than that. There's loads of tag teams.
Yeah, there's probably more tag teams than that. And then you're not counting NXT either.
Yeah.
Down at NXT, there's a grip.
Yeah.
Plus, they'll be relentlessly pursuing. I just thought to save
the revival.
Well, you also got to consider that this brand extension might not be them bringing anyone from Raw to SmackDown. It might be bringing up a whole bunch of people from NXT and making that SmackDown.
You will. You got to think on NXT. You've got Samoa Joe probably won't come up because he'll hold the title probably till
he'll be the face of NXT for a while.
Yeah, but you've got people like Austin Aries. You got people like Eric Young, Bobby Roode,
Nakamura really should have just been debuting on Raw anyway.
Nakamura,
agreed.
I think the only reason Nakamura was put on NXT was because, again, unless you're a hardcore wrestling fan, you're not going to have.
But this is why he should have been on Raw, because people need to be exposed to this guy.
Yeah, but that's why they put him on NXT.
Sticking him on, not everyone. Most people, I think, most WWE fans probably don't watch NXT.
Finn Balor should have been up here 4 months ago.
Oh man, of course he should have been. It's silly. It really baffles my mind.
That was his decision to stay.
They should be forcing him to go because it's ridiculous.
That was his. That was him and Triple H. That was him and Triple H to help build the NXT brand. Because you got a few months ago, you got to think they lost Sami Zayn, they lost Kevin Owens, they've lost Neville a year ago. Hideo Itami is injured. Yeah, they lost Baron Corbin as well at Mania. They lost quite a lot of their main event stars all in one go. They needed someone to stay and carry the brand, which is why Balor said, "I'll stay." And then obviously, you've got with the club, now is the perfect time for Balor to debut. A few months ago, he could have got lost in the shuffle. Whereas now, he's going to come up and he's going to be bang straight in everyone's face.
What do you think the plans are for Nakamura?
Yeah, but again, Nakamura, he could have debuted straight on Raw. However, they need to build that spot, and the draft is a spot. You'd be like, oh my god, Raw's got Nakamura. Do you know what I mean?
He is something is very special as Nakamura. Yeah. Well, his strange charisma transcends all language barriers. You know, he is really unique. He's really quirky and he's quite. He's quite. You know, I really describe Nakamura. Can you? It's just is very very odd.
Yeah, it'd be a good spot. I think. Him moving up, obviously with the draft, I think that again that's why they kept.
Who would you book him with? Like, who would you feud Nakamura? We should really be doing this on a podcast, but who would you feud Nakamura with? Who would you feud with?
Anyone.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kevin Owens. Start with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
That would be your perfect first guy, and then that breaks him in.
Yeah, because Owens is
so
one of them.
That's pretty much Raw then.
Yeah, but
that's pretty good. I mean, this is a first step. Should we do our shout outs to end this, guys?
Yeah, let's
before shout outs, I was thinking what would you say is your favourite would be your highlight spot of the
Cena.
Actually,
AJ.
let's do this for a second. Let's give your one good and your one bad.
Okay. Go on, Gabe, you go first. Gabe,
so who wants?
Gabe, you go first.
Me?
Yeah, you go.
Okay, so I'm gonna shy away from the AJ and Cena because that's an obvious.
Yeah.
So my one good is going to be the promo segments with the 6 Money in the Bank contestants.
Okay.
So that's gonna be my good segments.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shy away from the Rollins Reigns debacle. The Natty Dana Brooke match.
Okay. My one good would be the Savage Rusev accolade. That would have been my highlight outside of the AJ thing. My one bad would be everything involving Breeze Dango. that would be my bad.
Okay.
To Simon.
Okay, so obviously the AJ Cena thing, but I think the one good thing for me, it's a kind of a double good thing because it's the same segment, but I'm going to sort of reiterate what you said about the Rusev accolade, but Rusev in general, the whole dominant Rusev, that's the Rusev we need. And the Titus O'Neil coming out, that's the Titus I've wanted since day one because he's that sort of guy. He's big, he's strong. That passion and fire is what he needed. So that for me, the Titus thing, definitely. And the one bad thing, I'm probably
everything tag teams.
Yeah, no, I'm probably gonna have to go with the Dana Brooke and Natty match. I think.
Okay.
Same.
I think again that it's just a 4 or 5 minute match. Pointless. Dana Brooke going over on Natty. Okay, yeah, you can kind of see why Dana Brooke went it, but it made Natty look weak after being involved in the title picture.
It did make her look weak, and I hate when they do this. They build someone up to be a contender and squash them straight afterwards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so
all right.
I definitely think
so. We'll do our shout out today. So before we go, we'll give a shout out to the Facebook groups that are going to let us share our podcast so we can gain our audience, obviously.
Okay, so
we'll start out.
Yeah, I just want to say a big thumbs up to Pro Wrestling Talk, just for, we're going to do our thing, and big thumbs up for letting us share on your group, and long may it continue.
Yeah, and a big shout out to WWE's Life as well.
And fans of WWE Supercard, the mobile video game, they have a group that has about 1,800 members. We're going to share our podcast on their group. So go check out their group and check out the mobile game too.
Cheap Pops Wrestling Discussion. Again, thumbs up. We like what you're doing. Guys, if you haven't been over there, giving their group a like, we're going to share our podcast over there as well. So big things to come from both of us.
Yeah, and a shout out to Wrestling Israel Tours as well. Big shout out to them.
Quick add on to Wrestling Israel to us. They're going to be starting their own podcast in a couple weeks too. And they also have a Facebook page. And they're going to be putting their own first podcast up in a couple weeks. So go and check that out too. And last but not least, the Wrestling Mayhem Show in Sorgatron Media. They have a whole gaggle of podcasts that they do, and they're the reason why I wanted to start my own podcast. So go and check them out on YouTube. Type in Wrestling Mayhem Show, and it'll pop up with everything that they have. With that, guys, we had a fantastic first episode of Rope Talk.
Yeah.
So, Killer Elite, out.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one.